Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of AutoCAD. Today I'm going to teach you toolbar of an drawing tools. So in the last class I have just discussed about an AutoCAD introduction. So today here we can just see about an drawing tools. So drawing tools is nothing but it's an completely a line and polyline circles are making of an drawings. Okay, with the help of drawing tools only we used to make a drawings. So let's start with the tools. So first here we have a line. So line shortcut command is an L enter. So you can in the last previous class also I have just said about a line. So if you want straight line, you can take a straight line by using ortho, and you can enter the line length if you want. If you want, you can just set the unit as well. In the last class also I said how you can just set the units. So just you have to enter UN. After entering UN, now let me I'll take an architecture feet and inches. So if it is in architecture, I'll just keep in the inches and I'll click OK. So after that, you can just enter D enter, that is dimension style manager, modify. So you have to click on the modify primary units under that. So what you have set in the unit, so you have to set the same in the modified option. So in the primary unit architecture and this one, click OK, set current and close it off. Then Z enter, zoom, A enter, all, zoom all. Then you can start with the drawing. Suppose if I take the line, now if you have taken 12 feet, enter. If I have taken this 10 feet, enter. Now if you have taken this again 10 feet, enter. 10 feet again. If you wanted to take this one as 10, some 5 feet, enter. And if you want to join back, just simply you can just select and you can just join back this one. So same like is then you can take the polyline as well. So polyline is a connected sequence of a line. Completely it's a continuous line. Okay, this is a polyline. So next we have a circle. See, circles, we have a three types of circle. One is common circle, point circle and tangent circle. So in common circle, we have a radius and the diameter. Radius is nothing but half of a circle, like from the midpoint to edge of the circle. So it's an half. Diameter is nothing but edge of the circle to edge of the circle, completely the full of the circle. If I take the radius, if I click on this, now see in the comment bar is asking that specify the center point of a circle. Now if I specify the center point of a particular line, let I just take the point on this line. So midpoint I'm going to consider. See, if the midpoint is not visible, then we have to, how we can just take back this midpoint is just simply have to enter DS. DS stands for drafting setting. If I click on drafting settings, you can go to object snap. See in object snap, so midpoint point is not selected. That's why I'll just going to select this midpoint. Make sure that this dynamic imports also selected and the 3D snap as well. If I click OK, now you take the circle for this radius. Now see, now the midpoint is showing here. Now you can click on the midpoint and you can enter the radius. Suppose if I take the radius of 4 feet, enter. Now if you want to measure the circle radius, whether whatever we have taken the radius, it's correct or wrong, then you can just go to this option called linear and you have to take this as an radius. If I click on radius, now you can just see the radius. It's showing 4 feet. Okay, see, sometimes suppose if I have taken line, so the line of 10 feet I have taken the line. Now if you want a circle for this, if I'll take a circle, if I'll click on this point, midpoint, now you can just consider the end point, because we know the point from center point to edge of this point, completely the circle will take from to edge to edge. So completely if I'm taking like this, so from edge to edge point it will take, along with the diameter it will take. So if you are entering 5 feet of radius or not, it completely it will take. But if I'll click on this, see here you can just take on this. Suppose if I'm using this circle here, so if I'll take the circle, suppose instead of midpoint, if I'll consider this an edge point, end point, if I'll click on this, now see you can't take this completely circle from point to point. The circle will go beyond this line. Okay, so like that. If I'll click on the midpoint, so it will take off of that one. And how much you want, you can just, suppose if I'll take 1 feet of circle, now you can just take like this. If you want a circle from edge point to edge point, then you have to select the midpoint. See, if I'll click on this, now you can just select the midpoint. Now you can just click on it. Completely from H point to H point the circle will take. Same thing, we have a diameter as well. So for diameter, it will ask us same thing like a center point. Suppose if I'm going to take this center point for this. Now see, if I'm trying to take this to H point to H point, it won't take. So in radius we can take. If I'll take in radius, the point if I'll take in the center point. So exactly you can click on the H point. Automatically the point to point circle will take. But in the same in the diameter it won't happen. So in diameter you have to enter the complete length of the line. What is the length of the line? That length of the line you have to enter the diameter. Then only the circle will take from point to point, or else it won't. If I take approximate also, if I zoom also, see exactly it has not taken here. So you have to enter the value of that, then only the diameter circle will take. For diameter, if I'm going to take H point, see even H point also it's not take from point to point. Like this, you have to enter the diameter based on the numbers. If I take this one as into 6 feet, now see here you can just see. If you want to measure this one, then you can take a diameter and you can just check this, what is the diameter we have given. Okay, so this is a common circle. So next we have a point circle. Point circle is nothing but here it won't ask any diameter or radius. Just we need to specify the points of a circle. So example, see I have said you this one. So here to from this point to point I need a circle, right? So by using diameter, if I have taken now, it's not taken from the point to point. So if you want to take from point to point, then we are just going to take the point circle. Now is asking that specify the center point of a circle for the 2 point. First point is asking. Now I'll just consider this as a first point. Now is asking that specify the second end point of a circle. I'll just consider second point of end of this circle. See here I have not entered any diameter, radius, anything. Just I have just specified the point from point to point, and you can just zoom it and just see. You can see exactly the circle has taken from the point to point it's taken. So this is a 2 point circle. So not only for that, so the 2 point circle you can use anywhere. So just considering the 2 points. Suppose example, I need a circle between this point to this point. Now what I'll do, I'll just consider this point and this is point. This second point we'll consider. Now see, between 2 points the circle will create. Same as we have a 3 point as well. See, suppose if I'm going to take this one, suppose if I have a point here and another point I have here, but I need a circle between this point, but I don't know the diameter and the radius between these 3 points. So at that time you can use 3 point circle. See if I'll click on this point, now I'll just click on first point, second point. Now it's asking that third point to consider. I'll consider this is a third point. Now you can just see within this 3 point the circle has been created. Okay, so that is known as 3 point circle. So next, see if I take this 3 point circle from here and this point, that the circle will create here also. Okay, wherever you want, you can just take. Next, we have a tangent circle. So tangent is nothing but the line or any object is touching to the surface of a circle. It's called as a tangent. Example, see the circle, the line is touching on the circle surface right here. So this circle will call as a tangent. Now same thing, if you wanted to create a tangent circle, you can take this one as a tangent. See, we have two types of tangent. One is tan radius, tan, triple tan we have. Two tan is nothing but two tangent points, one radius point it will ask. Example, see, we have one horizontal line, one vertical line. In between these two lines, I need a circle. So if I'm going to take a radius circle, we can't draw the circle from point to point here, right? Even diameter circle also we can't take here. Even point circle also, if I take the point, first point and the second point, the circle is going somewhere else. But I need exactly points from here to here, then you can use this tangent circle. If I click on tangent circle, now it's asking to specify the first tangent on the first object. Now I'll consider this is the first tangent. Now it's asking to enter the second tangent point. Now I'll consider this line as a second tangent. After entering, now what is asking in the comment bar? That is asking that specify the radius of a circle. Now see, we have taken two tangent. Now it will ask a radius. Now we have to enter the radius. The radius I'm going to enter 4 feet. Now see, based on 4 feet, the circle will create. If you are taking the radius more radius if you are entering, so a bigger circle will create. See example, again I'm just going to take, see first tangent, second tangent. Now the radius I'm going to enter 10 feet. So now see based on 10 feet is created. The this line is touching the circle, but this why this line is not touching? Because this line is very small. That's why the line will won't touch. If I'll increase the line, then the line will touch here. Okay, so like that you can enter by using this. So that is called tangent circle. Next we have a three tangent circle. Three tangent means here it won't ask any radius, diameter, anything to select. We need to specify the points of a tangent. Example for this tangent means, example, if I'm going to take one rectangle. So I need a circle between this 3 point, or if you have a 3 points here. Example, if I take the line here. Okay, we have a 3 points here. Within this one, I need a circle. If I try to take in the diameter and the radius, we don't know what is the radius and this one. But one thing you can do, you can take one reference line, then you can just draw this radius from the midpoint and you can draw. But the point will won't touch here. Okay, if you want to touch the points here also, and in that line also, then we can take three tangent circle. If I'll click on three tangent circle, now it's asking to specify the points. See first tangent, this is second tangent, and the third tangent. See automatically the circle will create based on that particular area. Same as see, I have taken this rectangle, right? Even though for that also I'll take three tangents. If I select first tangent, second tangent, and the third tangent, the circle will create in the up axis. If you are selecting the tangent here, suppose if I'm going to select the tangent down, now see down circle will create. If you want a circle here also, again if I select this tangent point, the tangent circle will create. So this is all about the circles. So same we have option called as an arc. Arc is nothing but it's a curved line. So if you have any fillet or any curve kind of objects, if you want, you can make by using the arc. Even arc also we have types of arc, that is 3 point arc. So first we have a 3 point arc. 3 point arc it is nothing but we need to just consider the 3 point. Example, I need a arc between this line here and here. Suppose what I'll do now is asking to specify the start point. I'll consider the start point. Now make sure that for arc you can off the ortho. If I'll off the ortho, now it's asking the second point. Suppose the second point I'm going to consider here, and where you want to end the third point, you can just end. Suppose if you want to end here or here, wherever you want, you can just specify the points. That's it. So this is just simply we need to take the points. See first point, second point, and the third point. Okay, arc will create. It won't take any radius, diameter, exact dimension. Just we need to specify the points. So here we have three types of arc. That is start arc. Start arc means in this one it will ask start, center, and end. In this one, so what will happen if I'm going to take one line? I have taken one line. Okay, now I'm just going to take the start, center, and end. If I'll click on start point, I was asking, you can consider the start point this, or either you can center point also you can consider as an start point. Where you require the circle R, there you have to consider start point. I'll consider the start point. This one now is asking to specify the center point. I'll click on the center point. Now, where you want to end, you can just end the circle. If you want to end here, now you can just 180 degree, it will get ended the circle. Sorry, arc. So same way if I take, now see this one just point I have considered, but if you wanted to enter an angle also, you can take an angle. Suppose if I'm going to take, suppose if I'll delete this, now I'm going to take this arc, start, center, and angle. So start point, center point, now angle I'm just going to enter here. The angle, the degree I'm going to enter as in 45 degree. If I take 45 degree, the arc will take in 45 degree. If I measure by using the angular, now you can just see this one 45 degrees showing here we have taken. So here next we have a start, center, and length. Now it will shows the length of this circle. Suppose if I take this start point, center point, and the length, if I'll click on the length, now see some length I have taken. Now if I'll click on this linear dimension from this point to point, so now the length is showing 4 feet 4 inches what we have taken the length. Okay, so it won't show the degree, it shows the length of the arc. So next we have a start end arc. End arc is nothing but, now see in this type of arc is it was asking center point second. Now it will ask the end point. First we have to select the start point, end point, then angle we have to select. Now suppose if I'm going to take start, end and angle. Suppose if we have the line here, now I'll consider this is a start point. Now it's asking to specify the end point. Directly you can click on end point. Now you can give an angle here. Now it's asking the angle. Suppose if I'm going to angle of 25 degree, now see it will take 25 degree. If I take that angular for this, now it's showing as in 25 degree. So same like we have another type of arc, that is start and then direction. Start direction is nothing but the arc you can take in any direction. So remaining arc we can't take in that particular direction. You have to enter the particular number. Then but here we don't non required for the entering any angle. Directly you can enter it. You can just drag wherever the arc you required. Example, if I'm going to take this point from this point to this point, I'm going to take, and see if you want to drag the arc here or in the opposite direction, wherever you require you can take. Suppose if I'm going to take this arc in between this line I'm going to take. So what I'll do, I'll take this one as in start and then direction. Select this points and take the direction. If you want in that direction or in the opposite direction also you can take. Next we have an radius. Radius is nothing but the same like half the radius we have entered. So now see if I'm going to take this one as in start point, end point and the radius. How much radius you require. Suppose if I'm going to take one particular, if I'll take this one rectangle here, I need a radius between this. Now I'm going to take the radius. See now start point, end point and the radius. How much radius you want, you can just based on that. Now I'll fit 1 feet, I'll just enter. Now for measuring for the radius, you have to take radius itself. You should not take a, now see 1 feet is showing, you should not take for the arc angular or arc length. We have to take radius only for radius arc. So next we have a start center. Now see this type of arc will start from this center point, not from the start and end point. Now see if I'll click on this, now if I'll click on the center point, start point and end point where you required. Same this also we have an angle, you can just enter. See start point, end angle you can enter. Now the continuous arc we have. Continuous arc is nothing but where we have stopped the arc will continue from that point only. So now I have stopped the arc here. If I'll click on this, the arc again it's continuing from this point. If I'll click and you can just continue. And how many number of continuation you want, you can just take this here. Okay, like this. So next we have this rectangle and the polygon. See rectangle is nothing but, so it's on four side and we like length into width we have in this. So you can create by using the polyline. Directly rectangle you can take. If I'll click on the rectangle, now just is asking to specify the point for the rectangle. If I'll click on this, now you can just draw the length and width of the rectangle. So if I'll click on the dimension, if I'll click dimension, now it's asking to specify the length. The length I'm going to enter here. Suppose 10 feet I'm going to enter, and again is asking the width of the rectangle. Width of the rectangle I'll enter 12. If I'll enter 12, now is asking where you need to place. If I'll click on this, now the rectangle will get placed. And next, if you want to move this object, you can select the move and you can just little bit you can move. And if you want to measure the dimension, you can just measure the dimension. Now see whatever I have taken 10 feet by 12 feet. So it's showing 10 feet by 12 feet for the rectangle. So rectangle shortcut command is there, that is REC, enter. You can click on the point, take the dimension. So enter the dimension for the rectangle. Suppose if I take 6 feet, enter 5 feet, enter. Now see, based on the dimension, the rectangle will create. So next, same like we have a polygon. Polygon is a more than 4 side. That is if I'm going to take polygon. If I take this 6 number of numbers, if I click on the point, I was asking inscript or circumscript for the polygon. If I click on inscript, now I can click on inscript. Now inscript is nothing but from midpoint to edge point of the polygon it will create. Now we can enter the diameter for this. So if I'll click on again the number of side of 8, enter. If I'll click on this point, now circumscript if I'll take, the point will take from midpoint to mid of the line it will take. If I'll click, now see number of side will increase to 8. So polygon shortcut command is POL, enter. Then you can just specify the number of sides. I'll take this 7, enter. Now after that, take the point where you require this and you can select the type of polygon and then enter this one. So like that you can just enter by using this polygon. Same like we have an ellipse. Ellipse nothing but it's an oil shape. So you can just click on ellipse. If I click the ellipse, now it's asking to specify the center point. So suppose the ellipse I required here. If I'll click on this point, now it's asking to end axis. I'll click on end axis. Now the ellipse will take from point to point and you can is asking the distance between this distance. If I'll click on this 2 feet, now see 2 feet will take. Suppose if I'm going to measure the dimension from this point, midpoint to this one, now she's showing 2 feet. And this one is 2 feet and this one is 2 feet. Total 4 feet ellipse will create in this. Ellipse shortcut command is ELL, enter. Then you can just specify the point where you require and just consider the point. Suppose if you want end point or here only till this one, if you want, you can take the till this one also you can take. Okay, so like that you can just take. So we have types of ellipse: center ellipse, axis end, and elliptical arc. Center ellipse and axis end will create like an ellipse. So elliptical arc means in ellipse arc will create. So this is our circle arc and this is elliptical arc. If I'll click on the elliptical arc, now it's asking the point. I'll consider the point to point. Now the distance is asking. Now let me take the distance of 3 feet. Now it's asking the specify the angle for the ellipse. The angle I'm going to take as in 45 degrees, start ellipse, and where you wanted to end, that angle also you can enter. Now if I take end angle and in 180 degree, now say it will end to 180 degree. So this is the start angle from here to here. Again 180 degrees with nothing but from here to here, the angle will take the end angle. So next we have an hatch. Hatch is nothing but, so if you have any concrete or any pattern for the drawing, civil drawing, mechanical drawing, or electrical drawing, so any kind of pattern you require, then you can take by using hatching. If I'll click on hatch, then simply you have to select on hatch. If I select, now say some pattern has been selected. So which type of, suppose if I'll take the concrete, now the concrete hatch will take. And if you wanted to decrease the size of this concrete, you can take the scaling option. If I'll click on scaling, and you can just reduce by using this, or you can enter the numbers. If I'll take the number of 0.2, now the concrete hatch will take. And if you want to assign the color for the hatching or pattern or user defined gradient solid work, those things can be done in this. So hatch shortcut stand for H, enter. Now if I'll take this hatching called as a brick, now I have taken the brick. Now if I'm going to assign for this, if I'll click, now see the hatching pattern will take. If I'm just going to select this and the pattern, then you can just select here. Like this, you can just do here. And after this one, if you want, again if you want, you can change this pattern and you can just select this hatching. If I'll take this one hatching or the 0.5 hatching, now you can just take the hatching based on the particular value. See, if I'll reduce this hatching, now it's showing this hatching again back. So if you don't require this hatching again, so remaining hatching, other type of hatching you require, then you can just select this remaining type of hatching. So this can be done in the hatching category. So still more we'll have on drawing tools. I'll just continue in the next class. So please subscribe our channel for more class for uh, for the AutoCAD class. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe and share.